9th. Should be a wild show. Tickets, info, everything else, go to MasonicCleveland.com. This pair here for caller 10. Good luck. Asking Alexandria and The Who. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Did you miss us? 'Cause we missed you. Well, not Jerry from Willoughby, but the rest of you.
The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
We got hot celebrity goss in minutes here, courtesy of Perez Bilton. Boy, there's a lot of it that happened over the holiday weekend. The Guardians play tonight. We'll dip out a couple of minutes early. 6:10 is your first pitch. Tonight it's the second of three against the Twins here at home. You're starting to see the fans descend on downtown Cleveland, getting ready for the game. So we will take you up to first pitch tonight. Guardians hoping for a much better result than last night's 20-6 loss to the Twins. But they're always consistently jockeying for position, by the way, between the Minnesota Twins. That AL Central, boy, it is, it's a barn burner. Guardians are still creeping up on 70 wins. Creeping up. And who's the best team in baseball right now? The Atlanta Braves, which is not, they're creeping up on 100 wins. They're killing it. Twins, tops in our division, it's 72 wins. My Chicago White Sox holding steady at 53 and 85. So what are you going to do? You're going to root for your Cleveland Guardians. On your FM home for Cleveland Guardians baseball, there is still a lot of baseball to be played. Really? There's a few more weeks of regular season play, right?
Yeah.
When's the end of the regular season? Like end of the month?
End of September, yeah.
End of September. Will the Guardians be playing October ball?
Unlikely.
I'm sorry, Bill, that is incorrect. They are going to win the World Series this season.
That'd be great. I would love that.
The Cleveland
What
Guardians.
What a run they would go on.
Be amazing. Amazing. Alan, I had a bunch of kids discover in elementary school that I wasn't wearing underwear while sitting crisscross applesauce. A bunch of girls kept walking over and giving me long stares. I assume that's a girl, right? You wouldn't notice otherwise of a boy.
Now, if you're wearing Umbros, that was a whole thing, man.
Because you're peeking out one of the legs.
Yeah. They banned Umbros in our school because of that. Because the legs were so wide.
Yeah.
And they're pretty short too. So you just always see, your underoos or whatever. And if you're not wearing any underwear at all, yeah, you're definitely hanging.
Mm-hmm. Alan, I got a detention in kindergarten for comparing superhero underwear with a few other boys. Yeah, I didn't have that.
And that's one of those things where it's like the whole reason we had underoos was so that we could show them to other people.
Is that what it was?
I mean, they were cool.
Yeah.
And they got decorations on them.
Yeah,
I don't recall having underoos.
They were like superhero or
Yeah.
like cartoon underwear.
Yeah. One time in grade school, the girls' bathroom was out of order, so the girls were allowed to use a secondary boys' bathroom, and a girl in my school became infamous for trying to wash her hands in a urinal because she had never seen one before.
She doesn't know.
It's an honest mistake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, this stream clings really closely to the porcelain.
Gotta get right up on there.
But at least they give you bright pink soap at the bottom. Like the dude that called last week. Yeah, I reached right in and took a big bite of the urinal cake and then walked out to my dad very, very proudly. And blah, blah, blah.
On the topic of metal detectors not working, I went to the Guardians game when that J-Ram and Tim Anderson fight happened, and before the game I walked through the metal detector, didn't set it off. Well, I thought that's weird. I'm wearing a belt buckle made of steel half the size of Texas. Didn't go off. It goes off at the airport. It'll go off at the Romo Fijo when I go to a Cavs game. But this time, not so much. And I got to think that those sporting event metal detectors don't work 3/4 of the time, and they are just there for show.
Wow.
Just a thought. Love me, love you, hate the show. Bye.
Love me, love you, hate
Sir,
the
I'm
show.
sorry.
So
You've
good.
got a belt buckle half the size of Texas on. If you could just come over here and... Yeah, no, I don't know. We were talking about metal detectors when I had jury duty. And how... I mean, obviously, at the place like the Justice Center, they want to really make sure that their metal detectors are working. They don't want anybody getting anything in there that isn't supposed to be there.
Is it the Justice Center or the Just Us Center?
You know what? I like to think of it as Just Us, but they spell it Just Ice.
Oh.
And it makes sense because it was very cold in there. No, the Justice Center.
Justice.
And one of my 2 days coming back from the lunch break, they must have, I don't know if they were running drills on potential police recruits. They had dudes out there in front of the Justice Center, about a dozen of them, doing drills.
Ooh, I missed
So
it.
running, I'll tell you what, if this is the future of the Cleveland Police Department, we are in worse shape than you could have possibly imagined.
Oh, that's
I mean, dudes that are not in shape, boy. And they were huffing and puffing. There were a couple of guys that looked like they were ready for battle. But a lot of these dudes huffing and puffing to make it down and back. You know, like you're just doing drills like in high school gym. Now, I don't know if that's what that was, but that's what it looked like. I was reading a thing this morning. The Pentagon says that 77% of potential recruits for the military are too fat, mentally ill, and on drugs to join the military.
77%?
Too fat to fight. Well, no, but this
they can fight drones.
dovetails perfectly into these AI drone wars. Why they're still using humans, I don't know.
But don't you remember when they were like so selective, the military was like, you can't have tattoos past your sleeve or something like that. That is
That's
so
when they
long out the
didn't.
window.
That's when everybody was still chomping on that hook to join the military. Now people are like, no thanks, because we're not in an active conflagration right now.
But what was
77% of people do not qualify for military service without a waiver due to being overweight, drug issues, or
Okay,
mental
but
or physical problems. is
Does
what it
that
says.
mean drug issues, pharmaceuticals, like
Drug and alcohol
antidepressants?
abuse is what it says.
Okay.
Yeah. Between the ages of 17 and 24.
Dude, that's young to have those type of issues.
Well, everyone's fat.
Not everyone's fat.
77% of people are fat.
All the-
America is so
all the fatties
overweight.
that want to
I
be in
mean,
the army.
no, they don't qualify. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, I know.
Being
They
overweight
wanna
was
be.
the highest
But
disqualification.
you can
is what it says.
get skinny. Like we're talking obese, or are we talking you're overweight? Like you can
Well, you're too heavy to
eat some
be
rotisserie chicken.
You're not
You're
in
too
shape
he-
enough
you're
to
not in
carry
shape.
somebody
Yeah.
if they get their leg blown off.
or to carry like a 50-pound pack when you're in basic training. My
Yeah.
nephew just went through Army Basic, and he got stationed over in Germany. He eventually wants to go into like federal law enforcement. Smart dude, but he's surrounded. The brief conversation I had with him when I saw him over the summer, he's like, you wouldn't believe the people that were in my basic class. He goes, so to be not taken is really tough. He's like, there's some, and not just talking washouts, like people who went through basic training with him.
Well,
And then we're going to be stationed somewhere
We
else.
should just have them be in a separate army. Like we got the Air Force,
y'all the backup.
we got the Army, we got the Navy. We just do we got Navy SEALs. Why not Navy whales?
Bill Squire at Go Bananas in Cincinnati,
I'll leave them
Thursday
right there.
and Friday. He's going to be broadcasting with us last 2 days of the week from iHeartMedia Cincinnati.
Correct.
But Alan, to your point about the military, what was the lure before?
Not my point, the Pentagon's point.
No. I'm saying you said that people were excited to join the military back in the day. What was the lure back then? The benefits I don't feel have they changed drastically or no?
I don't know about that. I don't know. I think the benefits actually increased.
I was gonna say anytime
and
I
they had
hear-
a hard, but you still have to qualify. You still have to be like in the kind of shape where you won't endanger one of your servicemen or women colleagues. I mean, there's things that, and again, I don't think the physical training, they've moved the chains back on so many things to get people to join the military over the past 20 years that, and I'm sure active service people will tell you this.
Yeah.
They'll be like, they changed so many things just to try to get people in that if these people still can't get in,
You don't want them.
you don't want it. You can't have them. You have to count on somebody to be able to do, and there are, people that come from military families who maybe are, there's more pressure for them to do that. And so, my dad was a veteran, but I didn't come from like a military family per se. So when my nephew said, after he was one of the only people in his class with a college degree, he's like, he went into the Army after college. And I know my sister-in-law was really trying to talk him out of it because she's like, we don't know what the hell's going to happen. Parents, they pucker up a little bit if their kid goes, I want to go into the military, because you don't know when something's going to blow up. I mean, I remember when I was in college and the Kuwait War blew up and all the rumors about how they were going to start reinstating the draft. I mean, every time that something like that happens, that comes back around. They do it for all of it. But again, a lot of people after 9/11, a lot of civilians joined the military. Yeah, because it was kind of a hoorah thing going on there. But
I mean, how it was pitched to us when I was in high school, the military benefits won, and then they'll pay for your school. And that's how it was. Like, oh, if you don't have any money for school, go to the military and you'll get your school paid for. And then once you get there, you realize, ain't nobody got no time for school. You're fighting for your life. So that is what it was pitched to me. So I didn't know if that was still a thing. People are still looking to get their school paid for, their military benefits.
That's still a thing. You can retire at 40 and get full benefits. All right, listen, I want to pivot here to something.
Pivot?
I want to pivot.
Pivot?
To hot celebrity gossip.
Let's do it.
Can we have some?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is Hot Celebrity Gossip with Perez, Bilton. Ooh.
What's up, my little goss guppies? Get up on the pool table, put your elbows down, your ass up.
My God. I can't. I need to walk out of this room.
Face down, goss up, Mary.
Yeah.
Oh.
Face down, goss up. That's how you get the news. Gary Busey allegedly was involved in a hit and run on the PCH in California. The woman who accused Busey followed him and confronted him. Busey drove away without giving his insurance, just said he's a private citizen and he didn't take any responsibility for it, despite his car being all scuffed up. According to inside sources. Gary Busey has a driver's license, which I don't think that's a good idea. The man can't turn a phrase, so I don't think he should be turning a wheel.
Private citizen? What the hell does that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
All right.
Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet were spotted hugging and kissing at a Beyonce concert. It's the couple's public debut, and they were looking very into each other.
So staged.
According to inside sources.
Inside Sources.
Kylie is entering her skeleton face white boy era.
Hey!
And there's a rumor of a sex tape of the two, which I have dubbed Dune It. He's in Dune, Mary. He's in Dune.
I know what he is. I get it.
And finally, Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner are calling it quits. The couple is headed towards a divorce. Joe was seen this weekend without his wedding ring on. And according to inside sources, the pop star and Game of Thrones actress are only weeks away from making the divorce official, which will be announced by Jimmy Fallon doing a cover of Tammy Wynette's Divorce at a Jonas Brothers concert.
This is Hot Celebrity Gossip with Perez, Bilton. Ooh.
Face down gossip is incredible.
There you go.
That upset you, Mary?
It didn't upset me.
Hey, look, there's some
Some sailors
Sailor
across the
boats.
street,
Oh, I
Poundcake.
see that in the window.
Can
How
you
about
see it?
that? Is it
Ahoy.
Fleet Week?
I don't think so.
Ahoy,
Do they do
aboy.
that here?
Can they do
Yeah,
that
there's
here? What do you
Fleet
mean?
No, I didn't know that there was a Fleet Week here.
Oh, I think there is,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And it would make sense that it's right after Labor
I'm
Day.
gonna get on
Um,
Grinder.
You heard you heard Poundcake when you were doing. He's like, it's so staged. The Timothy
Yeah.
Chalamet and Kylie Jenner thing.
It was. They looked right at the. Oh, the camera's on. Okay, kiss me now.
No,
Kiss
no,
me now,
no,
Kendall.
no. They saw. You watched that video. They
They
saw
were
that
making out all night.
after they made out,
Oh
Yeah.
God.
and it looked like they were like, let's
But they're front row at a Beyonce concert. They're going to be seen.
understood.
They're both very.
Right.
He's the. As
And he
Bill
was
says,
he was popping a couple squares too.
Yeah, he's the
He's
it
up there
boy.
smoking.
He's the it boy of Hollywood, and she is freshly off of a new. She's like one of the most famous people in the world. They're gonna be seen.
By the way,
He's promoting his Willy Wonka.
hats
movie.
off to Kylie Jenner. She doesn't have a type.
Well, she's in her skeleton.
Doesn't
face
have a
white
type.
boy
I mean,
era.
Kendall.
She goes from Tyga. What did I say?
You said Kylie. Kylie is the one.
I thought it was.
I said
Kylie.
Kylie, not Kendall. Kendall's the one who's like normal, kind of.
Kendall is the one that he's dating, though.
No, Kylie.
Kylie
Is
is
it
the one.
Kylie?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's with
Kendall's
Kylie.
the one that did that dumb Pepsi ad a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
Kylie Jenner, the one who looks,
Kylie.
the one
Yeah,
who looks
the
nothing
model.
like she. Yeah, right.
Yeah, the one that.
She goes from Tyga to Timothy Chalamet. God bless her.
No, yeah.
Yes,
Stop.
Kylie
He knows
Jenner.
his goss.
Didn't you listen to Perez Bilton?
No.
Didn't you listen to his
I
inside
have
sources?
never listened to Perez Bilton.
Face down, goss up, man.
Yes, I tuned out after that.
That's a lot of hair for one couple. I don't like it.
He doesn't like it. All right, you're on record. I've got to take a break here. If you want to send a text, 35192, and we'll be back.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.